afternoon, everybody. I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Zee Garcia.
I'm Mike DiLisio.
Welcome to the top 10 of 2025.
Yes, the top 10. Can you believe? We've made it so far?
We are here. We have arrived, guys.
We have arrived.
This is a quarter of a century into this new millennium. Millennium is 1,000. A century, yeah.
Yeah, it's the new
It's
millennium.
still a quarter of a century into the millennium.
That's true, because it's the beginning of a new millennium. That is true.
Cue nerds were like, well, technically.
Well, technically, the pyramids were actually around by the time that the Romans pillaged Ohio.
Yeah,
I don't know history, okay?
2025.
Yeah, we want to say thank you to the sponsor of the Winter Spectacular, Ivy Studios. And and lots of other sponsors. We've been playing lots of different games. We have just a couple games left tomorrow.
Yep.
And a few more small top 10. And then our blooper video of the year.
Yes.
And an announcement from the Dice Tower, which will go live tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Would you say it's a major announcement?
I would say it is a semi-major announcement.
Okay. All right. One that's worthy of a major award.
I like how someone said, in the guesses, people were guessing, someone said, I think Mike's coming back. I'm like, we
Mike
announced
is coming.
that Mike is
Here's
coming back.
I will major announcement right now.
That's not the major announcement.
I will be back in March. Yes.
That is
for
a
good.
minor announcement at best.
That's right. Patreon.
What?
Patreon users will get the announcement 2 hours early. I forgot about that. Okay, so we're taking a look at the board games of 2025. We've been
Yes.
doing that all week, really. We've been doing all these short lists and all. 2025, every year, when we talk about the end of the year, I often say, this was an amazing year, better than last year. I think this is an amazing year. But, and I hesitate to say this because people always read it the wrong way,
Yeah.
I don't think it was as good as last year.
I agree with that.
I third that.
That doesn't mean there wasn't many amazing games
Sure,
that came out. I
right.
think these are 10 great games on my list here.
You could say this year you don't feel as good as last year without saying these games on my list are not as good as last year's games. There's two separate things.
I agree.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
are not, there's no correlation there. I think overall it was a weaker year than last year, but there were still plenty of good games.
Sure.
I think it came into focus for me when we did our top 10 of 10 years ago, and we looked at 2015.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was like, yeah, this is not 2015.
Right.
Yep.
Again, though, I really despise when people are like, well, that gaming's on the downswing. No, just you can't. Not every year can be the best year of all. But I still had a good time playing games.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of different things. So other than that, I mean, we already did our top 10 surprises.
Yes.
So that you know those won't be on this
That's
list.
right. There is no crossover from that list with this list.
Correct.
I don't think between the three of us, we're going to have a ton of crossovers regardless. Because that's one of the things about this year. There's so many games. Every year there's more games that come out.
Yeah.
And there's so many, like, I would think.
I agree. I don't think we're going to have many crossovers at all.
I think we might have two.
Maybe.
I'm going to have 3 crossovers with Mike.
You think?
wow.
And maybe 1 with Z.
I'm going to
Whoa.
say 2 with you, Tom. And I'm going to say fewer than that with Mike.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2 with Tom, 1 with Mike. That's my
Okay.
prediction.
Do you think you'll cross over with the people?
Oh, probably not. I don't think I will. I don't think I will very
I
much.
think I will cross over with the people on 2.
I cross over with the people on 3.
I think I might 1 maybe.
All right. All right. Well, here we go. Let's get started. Go.
All right. Whoa. All
Go.
right. Thank you, Father Christmas. Well,
Time's a ticking.
Until the beard turns white, I'm still in that middle.
Yeah.
I'm Uncle
You're like
Christmas.
Uncle Christmas. Yeah.
Sweet Christmas. All right. My number 10 is Sweet
Christmas.
Lands. My number 10 is Sweet
Oh,
Lands.
wow.
This is
okay.
I thought this would be higher for you, actually.
Well, it's because it came out later in the year. I did get to play earlier versions, but I'm only counting from the production. I've been able to play it a few times with the production copy.
So
this is
if a game came out later in the year, it's lower on your list, is what you're saying?
I haven't
There's
played
a
it as
correlation
much
there?
as some of the other games. Yeah.
That's on you.
Also, it's a heavier game. Now, this is I've skewed not completely, but away somewhat from big, heavy, complex, longer games. This is one of those. This is a heavy, complex game, long, but it is just really satisfying. It has great combo type of actions. It's got tiling if you like that. It's got route building if you like that. It's got very strong card play if you're a fan of multi-use type cards that do different things. It has that. It has player powers that are slightly asymmetric.
Okay.
It's doing a lot of different things, but it does them all very well in a beautiful package, an incredible production from the publisher Uchibakoya, who's known for very fancy, nice productions. They're probably best known at this point for Ostia, even more so maybe over Aqua Garden.
Yeah, I think so. Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get this one played maybe next week. This is one
Yeah.
I did not get played,
Same,
mostly because of the
same.
time length.
It's
Yeah.
not one I expect to like very much, to be fair. But but it looks interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my number 10, a heavy, complex Euro, Sweet Lands.
Sweet.
I expect to see a heavy complex Euro as your number 10.
Let's
No,
do
my
it.
number 10 is a very it's a mid-weight game, but it is a type of game that there have been many of, traversal games, traveling around, completing, going places. But Photo Tour North America
Whoa.
does it in a really punchy, quick way.
Whoa.
In a very interesting way. You are going to be moving around a board. You are going to be taking pictures of places is the idea. But it has a really cool drafting mechanism in which on your turn you take a card that you want to visit and take that photo, or you can take a die, and that die is a type of travel. Mm-hmm. You can travel by train, by plane, whatever, or you can take a little token there below the dice, and that lets you juice up your pictures when you take that photo. If you did it with a specific type of token, that's worth more points. The really cool part of all this is if you take the last thing in each of those, you replenish the entirety of the line for the next player. Mm-hmm. And I love that tension. Because when you have a single die that shows a bus, you don't want to be the sucker who takes the bus. Because then Tom, after you, gets to roll all the dice again. He gets a full swath of choices. And it's such a fun little push your luck, game of chicken you play with everybody else. The whole thing is so fast and so punchy. You take these photos and they give you little abilities as you are completing them. You can, get bonuses now. When your opponent does this, you get a little bonus. When you travel this way, also do this at the end of that travel. Neat. Very well put together. It's in the same camp as Trekking the World, as Ticket to Ride even, I would say. But it combines some really good interest with a very short playing time, and I love that combination. So Photo Tour North America, winner this year for me.
Would you say that the main message behind this game is that only suckers take the bus? Is that what they're trying to get across with this game?
I don't know if it's the main message,
Yeah.
but it is a message.
You don't like traveling by bus?
I do. Actually, no. I'm going to be real. No, I don't like traveling by bus.
Would you rather
it
travel by
depends.
bus or train?
No, train 100%.
Train is 100% the best.
Train.
You like train?
Much more than bus.
Buses are it depends. If you rent a tour bus, and you have a group, and that person drives you, that's one of the best ways to travel.
Yeah.
Right.
Public
buses.
Yeah, right.
If I'm on a major world tour with my band, then bus is the way I want to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the name of your band?
The name of my band, I can't come up with something clever this quick.
Okay.
Trains are us.
All right. My number 10 is a very big game, actually. A roll and write, and this is Tend.
Wow, right out the gate.
10 is 10?
Right out
Come
the
on.
gate.
Come on.
I didn't figure
You're
that.
so punny.
10.
I can't wait to see what number 9 is.
9 of your business.
9 lives.
Anyway, Tend is a game that is, every time I play this, and I played this for how big this is, I played this quite a bit this year. Every time I play this, I feel like I'm doing something different, and I'm exploring this land, and I'm always amused by the fact it's called Tend, and Tend is easily my least favorite thing to do in the game.
That's funny. I've heard that. Yeah, I've
I
heard
like
that.
fishing better, and I like mining and chopping better, but there is so much. This feels to me like a more manageable version of the heavier roll and writes. Like, what's the one
Hadrian's
from
Wall.
Hadrian's Wall,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's there, but this one I understand the stuff I'm doing better.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of moving parts to it.
It's a little video gamey, isn't it? It's like a little like Nature Valley or whatever, Stardew Valley-ish.
Stardew Valley. It's very much it's a series of mini games, and I do like that a lot. And I think that also maybe helps it a little bit.
Sure.
So you have kind of discrete mini games. And you just kind of have to figure out how those work, and then you're good.
So a lot of fun.
Nice.
10.
Yeah, it's good.
The People's Choice number 10 is a game that I was not particularly fond of, but a lot of people have enjoyed this one. He's back, Donald X. Vaccarino. This is Moon Colony Bloodbath.
This made the People's Top 10.
Yes, and I should mention, by the way, a lot of people voted. The number one was a number one by a mile.
Okay.
But these all were on the list, and I know that this is a somewhat divisive game because a lot of people don't like, but there's a lot of people who really do. I think we can all agree it's not a looker.
I think it's true of most Donald X. Vaccarino games is that they're very divisive.
Well, I thought you were saying that they're not a looker, and I was like, I agree.
No, the people that like those games love those games, and I can see this being one of those games that people are going to be playing this over and over and over.
I haven't played this at all.
It's more divisive than, say, Dominion.
It is, yeah. But
what it is it's a game in which you are building you're building your own sort of tableau and things as the game goes by. But after like 5 turns or 6 turns, the game takes a sharp turn and your tableau gets destroyed. And everyone's dying. And you're just trying to die the slowest.
Okay.
There's basically a robot rebellion. There's a deck you go through that lets you build things, but every turn you add another card to that deck, which is something negative.
Got it.
And then more and more. And you're just trying to, you will die.
Okay, I see. You want to die last.
That was the original name of the game, was You Will Die, but focus testing,
Yeah.
So that's Moon Colony Bloodbath, your number 10.
All right, my number 9 is a game that is more in the purview of my esteemed associates here, Zee Garcia and Tom Vasel. This is a 2-player abstract game.
Okay.
Ooh, wait.
Is it a Knizia game?
Do we really need to ask that question?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then don't put this in our purview. This is yours.
This is your purview.
But this is a fantastic 2-player abstract
to guess which
game.
one it is.
Which one is it? I think it's the one you like less of the 2. At least Tom does.
Icor? Is that the one? I forget which is
Iliad.
which.
Iliad's my choice, yes.
Which one's which?
We liked Icor better.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah. They're both tremendous, and Icor would be in my top 20. But Iliad is my favorite of the 2. This is...
this is the one that's more like...
Kingdoms.
Like Kingdoms, yeah. Okay.
So basically, each player, there are 2 players, the red and the blue. It's actually the... what is it again? The Hectors and the...
The Achilles.
And the
Achilles,
Achilles,
yeah. Why not, yeah.
Anyway, Greek.
That's not a thing.
You are playing out tiles that have numbers on them, 1 to 5, correct? And then most of those tiles will have some type of an ability, although the 5s will not because they're the strongest value, right?
So strong.
And so every player is placing down one of these tiles, taking an associated action if that is applicable, and then you're going to be evaluating if a row or a column or a column has been completed. And by doing that, you're going to be looking at the values, and if that happens and they complete the row or the column, whoever has the most kind of influence will choose one of the scoring condition tiles that are on the opposite ends of that row or column. It sounds very simple because it is very simple. And every single turn from the very beginning is incredibly impactful feeling, tense feeling. You know what the other players can do. Their tiles work the same as yours. And a lot of times there's this you're trying to drag things out. Very similar to what you were talking about not wanting to be the one to go on the bus.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the one to set somebody else to close out a row or a column. But eventually it's going to have to happen, right? And so, just so tense when you get 2 players of pretty equal skill level. I know that probably
That's difficult
you
for me.
can't play with me.
No.
But it becomes incredibly tense.
My mom told me to be nice to people who were not as good as I was.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did your mom specifically say that? That's a strange thing for any mother to say. Be nicer to the idiots.
Well, look, if you're going onto the bus, it's a really handy piece of advice to have. Anyway, this is a fantastic looking game, too. Great art by Harry Conway. Tremendous production by Bitewing.
Why is the board not a board?
Well, again, this is a publisher thing. They've done a lot of these cloth boards. They have.
Sure, I get that when it's a small game and you're trying to fit in a box.
This
but
is a
games
small
are pretty
game.
decent. This is like this big. A board would have fit right in there.
A board probably would have fit, and they're actually going to be offering boards now for people that want them that
what?
don't like the
Seriously?
the cloth. Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan Stewart, for the super chat.
Thank you very much.
It is a good game. I like it. I just like the other one better.
That's all good.
I thought it was all right. The other one was a better game.
You're wrong.
If you liked Mike's description, you would like it, I think. Because it's like very dry. It's like there's numbers 1 through 5. You put them here. You line up the thing.
Yes.
You know.
I'm all of Twitter.
My number 9 is a game that I know Tom liked, though I don't know if it made your surprises list or if it might make this list or neither. It's a 2-player game, it's a 2 or 4-player game. It's really a 2-player game called Zenith. And Zenith here is...
this, I think, was on my surprise.
Was it? Okay, I wasn't sure. It's a tug-of-war style game with you playing cards on your side of the table there, trying to pull the planets towards you, bank enough of those planets, you win the game. But you don't only have to do that. You can also play these cards to an area that's going to move you up on tech trees, unlock special abilities for you. You can also play them on the third area there, giving you a tile that lets you hold more cards and a special ability. You can also, as you play more cards in the same color, they become cheaper. And I love that mechanism in anything. That idea of if you commit to something, it always feels good to play a card that costs 8 and you're like, I pay 2. You just feel so good. It just feels so good. Really like this one. Again, great tug of war feel, really nice production. The bits in this have that rewood concept where it's not plastic. They don't feel wooden. They're the sort of in between.
Some kind of wood compote.
Yeah, they're sort of in between.
Compote.
I really like the feel of this one. It's a great 2-player game. It was a fantastic game, a fantastic year for 2-player games anyway. And this I thought was one of the best.
As soon as I saw this, my first thought was, oh my God, Zee's going to love this.
Because it starts with a Z?
Well, no, just because it's that tug-of-war thing,
Sure.
that playing multiple colored cards to a colored column is giving me like that Deus vibes a little bit.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like this really looks like it's right up your alley.
Yeah, it is indeed.
All right, my number 9 is a game I actually expected to dislike. I played it because, thanks, Rodfather, for the super chat.
Rodfather Prime. Oh my!
Wow,
I like that name.
But the first game that this was based on, I thought was pretty good, but it was so complex. This one's still complex, but the theme helps it a lot. And this is Star Trek Captain's Chair.
Really?
Oh, you're on this.
I really love this game, man.
Did you play Imperium?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. Because you
this
didn't
to
like
me-
Imperium, right?
No, I thought Imperium was okay, fine.
Yeah.
It just, I never want to go back and play it anymore because
Yeah.
there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, why would I ever want to play with more than 2?
Yeah.
Well, Star Trek Captain Chair was like, it's just 2.
Yeah, that was smart.
Which really
Oh,
helps.
I see. Okay.
But I think the theme, I'm not a huge Trekkie, but I like Star Trek fine, like a normal human being. And I like having these characters. I like saying, oh, I have Picard or I have this person. And each of the different the species in this game, they play very differently. That's very much back and forth. It feels like you have such a wide swath of actions every turn. There's so much you want to do, and you can't, and you're just trying to, slowly get victory points. You can fight the other player. You can ignore the other player. Very Star Trek-y, fighting them might not be worth your time.
Okay. I do a lot of ignoring the other players, to be fair, in any game I play.
And it's one of those games also I think that you'll get better at, and it has a surprisingly good production, good quality
From WizKids,
cards,
huh?
from WizKids. That's why
Wow.
I'm saying surprising. So
Is there a cloaking mechanism, like a mechanic that the Klingons can cloak?
there is something to that.
Okay,
in it,
I
yes.
would hope so.
So you have your own decks of this, but there's also decks in the middle of just different various people. And I got this person on my ship. I have this android.
Okay.
But there's a lot going on, and it is 2-player. It's 1 or 2 players, but I
Yeah.
really, really like this one.
Wow, I did not know you liked this that much.
I enjoyed it a lot. So thank you, Owanisu, for the super chat.
Yes. Now, people.
People have a crossover.
All right.
With who? With you.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
What is it?
Either of these games would have surprised me. I'm going to say they went with Sweetlands.
They went with Sweetlands.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Are there even enough copies
Yes!
of Sweetlands out in the wild?
Do you know how many people backed this game?
I do
Yeah,
not
I think
know. Do you
No one
know?
knows.
Yes, thousands.
That's not very specific. I could have guessed that too.
Thousands and thousands of people.
Do you know how many people live on the planet?
And then if you knew the exchange rate between Japan and America, that changes the whole player count too, the amount of people that bought it.
I don't think that's how that works.
No?
Math,
All right.
kids.
A lot of people backed this game.
Mike went to a charter school. Anyway.
Okay, Sweetlands. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's very surprising to me.
It's surprising me because heavier games often don't make it on this list.
Yeah.
And this one is also not particularly new because the people, just like Mike, tend to prefer games that came out earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Not because, like Mike, they had more time to play them, but because they had more time to even have it at all.
Right.
So I am surprised at this one, and this reinforces me wanting to play it.
Yeah, and I think the theme was a major draw for a lot of people, and you know, because usually heavy Euro games don't have a theme kind of like this.
Sure.
It very much plays against type.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks, Tommy from Texas.
All right.
Texas.
My number 8 is one that I'm surprised isn't on Tom's list.
Well, he
and I
hasn't
know it's
finished
not
it
on
yet.
Tom's
Oh.
list because it was on his surprises list, I believe.
Oh.
Okay?
It's unbelievable. I know.
Unbelievable. My number 8 is a legacy game.
Oh, it just didn't make my top 10. That's
All right. Well, Regicide Legacy did make my top 10 because...
It's like 13 or something.
Yeah. This game really surprised me because I had heard about standard Regicide for a couple of years in and amongst the solo groups, you know, that I'll frequent from time to time. I knew it had a very good kind of reputation. It started as a print and play. You can play it with a standard deck of cards.
Sure.
But then this company, you know, kind of like printed some really neat looking cards, right? It was still kind of a standard deck, but with some neat art.
Right.
Now, Regicide Legacy, I thought, okay, how are they going to take this very basic system that is, you know, with a regular 52 card deck? How are they going to take this system and really make it a legacy game? I thought it was like, man, they are going to have to stretch, right? Because it seems like such a narrow decision space. And then I played this and I was like, wow, did they come up with some neat, innovative ways to take a system.
I forgot diabolical.
And diabolical. It is remarkably hard. But they really did some very, very cool things that I never would have expected. It has some of the standard, you know, legacy tropes you might expect,
Sure.
you know, new cards being added, cards getting removed, things along those lines. But man, was it neat. Like I was just so impressed. Now, will this be a game that's going to be on a lot of my lists in the future? I don't know. I've played through it now. You know what I
Right,
mean? They
right.
do have a really cool way to keep playing the game.
Yeah, that's what Tom was saying.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just the way I play games, I don't know that I'm going to have a lot of chance to be
I
doing
think I might
that.
be with you there, but I do like it. One of the things I like about this game a lot is if you lose, they give you get to pick, like, you buy from a market deck a good card
Mercenaries.
to put in your deck to help you out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you lose again, you keep that card, and now you get more money
Yeah.
to buy. Eventually, if you lose, you're just stupid.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
so
there's
it's
good.
so many good cards to your deck.
You're
Yeah.
going to win eventually, but yeah, it could take a while.
So, like, I guess the thing is, like, how many times did you beat it scenario? You beat it in the first one, it took us 7. That sort of thing.
Got it. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's not a cloth mat. Someone in the chat is asking. It's a neoprene.
Nice. And it is a solo-only game, right?
No.
No.
You can play with more players, but I think it's a very different experience because you have to, with solo, it's a very puzzly with multiple people. It's still puzzly, but there's that you should play this card at this point.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Alrighty, my number 8 is a sequel to a game. This is Above and Below Haunted.
Wow.
Above and Below
I haven't
Haunted.
played this one.
Yeah, it's very good. It takes Above and Below and uses a lot of that DNA, but it gives you new stories, new writing. It uses the core mechanism, the main engine of Above and Below was that, in my opinion, that sort of collecting tokens of various types. And if you got something earlier that was worth less, the more of that you got was not as good. But then if you got things later and got a lot of that thing later, your score would go up through the roof, right?
Yeah.
A lot of games have done this, right? Mandala has a very similar
Yeah, that's
mechanism
true.
at its core, a card game. But on top of that, then you have, like I said, brand new stories, some new tightened up mechanics, and the idea of these ghosts that haunt your board. And I remember reading about this when they were doing the crowdfunding and being terrified, thinking, what is this company doing? This sounds awful. Because when you clear the ghosts, they go to another player. I don't want that kind of interaction in a game like this. But it is not nearly as punishing as I was thinking. It's very dynamic. You are clearing your ghosts, yes, but you are sending one to someone else who then, yes, has to clear that ghost, but it's not that bad. And it forces you to deal with a new aspect of gameplay. Really like this one. I was worried, again, that Above and Below as a game system had been eclipsed by the more story-driven ones that came after.
Right.
But going back to the simpler frame, the simpler stories, it's almost cozy and quaint in a way.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
And I really like that. I think this is a superb release from Red Raven here. And if you don't have Above and Below, especially, this is a shoo-in.
That was going to be my question, because I haven't played this one. What percentage would you say of this is Above and Below?
Well, if you don't count you'd have to not count the writing, because the writing, I imagine, is all new. I believe the writing is all new.
Right, but is the writing similar to Above and Below was?
Is it similar? Yeah.
Okay.
You're going down in this underworld and encountering weird stuff.
There's no overarching story. It's just little vignettes.
It's little moments of you exploring these caverns beneath you. Yeah. I would say they share a decent amount of DNA. I don't know if you need both. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But if you don't have the first one, don't even bother. This is the one to get. I think it's great.
All right, my number 8 is another somewhat divisive game here. Not everyone here liked it. I liked it the most, and I really think it has also some superb artwork. This is The Old King's Crown.
Yes.
This is my Cosmic Encounter of the year of sorts, because I really think the crossover between those is pretty high. As you're playing cards next to each of these different sections, and the higher card wins, and that's the game, except there's a lot more involved, and there's ways to change cards and ways to react to cards. And the more I played this, the more I was just fascinated by everything in this game. This is another game I kind of went into because the initial reviews I saw were so high on it that I was like, no.
There's no way, right?
Yeah.
I really shouldn't feel that way, but just it's general human
Especially
nature, right?
from crowdfunded projects.
Right. And it's amazing, but I really do think it's amazing. I really like it. I like the asymmetrical nature of it, but it's also a game that's going to reward multiple plays, because knowing what you possibly could have is going to help me out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know this isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I have met a lot of people in the game group who really do like it, and I enjoy that. I think it's a lot of fun to play back and forth.
This is one that I would not be surprised to see in the people's top 10.
Me too.
Actually.
I agree.
I think it's getting a lot of love.
Well, speaking of that, that's not the people's number 8.
Oh.
People's number 8 is a much, much simpler game.
Okay.
This is one of those games that doesn't look like much, but it's been getting like a groundswell of buzz. It's a 2-player game, and this is Toy Battle.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, if you saw that, you would think that's a dorky kids game that's at KB clearance.
Clearance.
For the winter, the pop-up KB for Christmas.
Right.
Like, buy a Toy Battle.
It looks like a children's
It looks
thing.
like a game for babies. Yeah.
But, well, the cover. I think the board
that's what I mean,
looks better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's a pretty good strategical game. And Chris really loves it. He says he's played it 700,000 times.
I believe that's right.
700,000 times.
Thank you.
Oh, 800.
He's in the top 0.3% of all Toy Battle players.
Rod says, how come
I
Tom
saw
Vasel
that,
is
yeah.
good, but makes me play all the weird crap with him? If you were here all the time, you'd play the good stuff too. Toy Battle, by the way, it works really well. And you mentioned kids. It's a game kids can play.
Yeah.
And it just has that kind of, it's almost MOBA Stratego.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, yeah.
And it's just another, Paulo Mori, he has all kinds of different games, right? It's crazy,
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. So that's your number 8.
My number 7 is a game that I think could actually raise in my esteem of it the more I play it, because I first played it towards the last part of the year. Rise.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Okay, Father Christmas.
All rise.
All right. So I think it could rise in my estimation, because, like I said, I played it towards the end of the year. I played it plenty of times, but it's a worker placement game that has a lot of replay value, and this is Kinfire Council.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Man, this game is so good.
You guys keep adding ones I need to play next week.
Good. So I guess my elevator pitch for this would be like, this is the next step. And I know some people said this about River of Gold, but I haven't played this. I suspect this is a little heavier than that. To me,
Heavier than River of Gold? Yeah, by far.
Well, this would be a step up from like Lords of Waterdeep. It gives me some Lords of Waterdeep vibe.
Okay, you're
with its worker placement elements, with its adding locations, types of things that you can do, or upgrading locations, I suppose, is more accurate.
Sure.
But man, this is so good, because not only does it have some of those classic worker placement elements, it also has some semi-cooperative elements that actually work and feel organic, don't feel tacked on, don't feel kind of clunky and weird.
And the game setting does a good job of making you care about actually saving this city from cultists or whatever. You know what I mean?
Because there's a cultist faction that is out there that at the beginning of the game is really just kind of competing with the players, but you do have the option at some point in the game, if you want to throw in with the cult, and that means that if the cult wins, then you win with the cult, and you can start helping them move along.
Yeah, and it's a little bit like Kingsburg, Tom, too.
Yeah,
you might like it because it's a little Kingsburgy.
I think I was the most excited about this game, and then I'm the one who hasn't played it yet.
Yeah, no, I think this game is terrific. And the deluxe edition is fantastic, but even the retail edition of this is terrific. It's really, really nicely done. Just a super solid worker placement game, and I think it's hard to make a worker placement game that stands out at this point. So there you go.
Yeah. All right, my number 7 is a game that I believe neither one of you has played yet, and it came out of nowhere, from DMZ Games, and this is called Urban Sketchers.
I wanted to play this.
Urban Sketchers is a Spanish game, and in it you are an artist traveling around.
Whoa. Do we have this?
Yeah, we have it. Came from Essen. This is a game in which you're an artist. You are traveling around sketching in a sketchbook. You can be working on multiple sketchbooks at the same time. You see one there with like 4 or 5 cards, and then that person could have another one going at the bottom. You are going to be moving around on the board on the side there, picking up cards, and then spending those cards to sketch your thing. And then whenever you feel like you've got enough sketches in place to finish the book, then you scoop that up and you score it. And this is all driven by a dice placement sort of system that you see at the top left there. Really like it. Gorgeous look. Very beautiful. Pretty simple game. It's kind of a mid-weight Euro-y kind of game. But yeah, I like the way it comes together a lot. It's one that like I said, I saw it at Essen. Mike actually and I saw it at their booth. They didn't quite get them in time to sell them there, but they had a couple of copies. And we ended up with one of those copies, and it's just really clever and interesting. I love the way it comes together. So yeah, this is one that came out of nowhere for me, and I am so happy to discover, and so happy that the company has a game like this in their repertoire now, because I think DMZ Games has had some interesting games in the past, but nothing that for me personally has been kind of a slam dunk like this. So yeah, Urban Sketchers is a winner. That's my number 7.
I hope this gets wider distribution.
It's the kind of game that I could see easily getting picked up by somebody else and being put out again, or put out worldwide.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, some companies know how to pick winners almost every time. I don't know how they do it, right?
Okay.
And I think one of those companies is Scorpion Mask. Because they just keep consistently putting out games that
Scorpion Masqué
that do just fire. I mean,
Rise.
Tag Team was like the game of the year 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
But this, did I say Tag Team?
Sky Team.
Sky Team.
But now we have
Tag Team. This is my number 7.
If they put out a game that has the word team in it, watch out.
Sky Tag.
Scorpion
is their
Team.
next game. So
Sky
Masqué
Tag?
Team.
Anyway, in this game, it's a 2-on-2 game, and it's an auto deck battler where you just put the cards. You have 2 cards you start with, and each round you're adding another card. You stick it in that deck somewhere, then you just flip them over and see who knocks one of the other opponents out.
Yeah.
They're all very asymmetrical. They all have very different powers and different hit points and different values, and the combos of the 2 of them are pretty good. It's a really fun back and forth, and I'm really hyped because they're coming out with another 8 characters or so in this year.
This is a game that's going to keep on giving for a while, isn't it? I suspect, because I think it's selling well, too.
It is. It's amazing to me how many auto battlers have become, I mean, this is a thing now. There's been more than 1 or 2 over the last few years.
Well, it's pretty huge in video games. Like, if you play a game on your phone, the
Yeah.
chance of it being an auto anything is really high at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now the new thing also is combining 2 things.
Right.
2 fighters together, 2 whatever together. This hits both of those.
Yeah, and it's so easy to play. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. I played every character multiple times, and the combo, there's a lot to it. So I'm very excited about it. The People's Choice number 7 is another game that I doubt will actually be on any of our lists.
Okay.
Although the theming of it is very, very popular. And this is Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship.
It will not be on my list.
Right. I was in the minority, I believe, by not liking it as much as I expected to or wanted to.
I actively disliked it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who love it.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of people who say, well, it's not as good as War of the Ring, but also most people haven't played War of the Ring at this point. So this is the Euro game version of that uses the pandemic system. And there's, different complaints, but a lot of people, I just talked to someone yesterday who told me this was one of their favorite games of the year.
Yeah.
And
A lot of
how
people
strong
love it.
the theming was for them, and they were excited. And so I get it,
Yeah. And there's a lot of variability in that box.
There is. I do wonder if there's anybody who would have this as one of their top games of the year that is not a Lord of the Rings fan.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't understand this not a Lord of the Rings fan thing.
They exist, Tom.
What?
They do. The anti-Tolkieners.
Yeah.
It doesn't really flow off the tongue. That's why they never really picked up a lot of
Yeah.
steam.
Well, you say J.R.
JR.
Isn't his name J.R.R. Tolkien?
There's 2 R's, right?
Oh, you missed the middle one to just show.
What if he had a junior? Would it be JRRJR?
What?
What's not to understand?
The joke makes no sense.
J.R.R. Tolkien, right?
Yeah.
He has a kid, a son.
Yeah.
Calls him Junior.
Yeah, all right. Let's move on.
J.R.R. J.R.
It doesn't help the more you explain it.
Who killed J.R.? All right.
Wow, now you're dating yourself.
Hey, kids, here's a reference for you. All right. My number 6 is a game, I want to say for the last 3 years, maybe, there has been this publisher puts out 1 game a year, and they've all been on my top 10 of the year list, I believe.
Okay.
Are they a small Japanese publisher?
They're not. No. I think they're a Canadian publisher, actually.
1 game a year.
They may be.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is Mr. J. Cormier, isn't it?
Yes, and Sen Foong Lim. This is Core of Discovery from Off the Page Games. So the first game they came out with was Mind Management.
Yes.
Loved Mind
You loved
Management.
it.
Made my top 10 of the year. Next game they came out with was Harrow County. Love Harrow County. Was on my top 10 of the year last year. And now this year, Core of Discovery.
This is my favorite of the 3.
And they're all very
For
different.
me, it's my favorite of the 3 by far.
Yeah, they're all very different. This is a logical, deductive game, or deduction game, I should say, where you are playing in this kind of intellectual property from a comic that was known as Manifest Destiny. It's an alternate history of, Lewis and Clark and, the
Core Discovery.
Core of Discovery, yes. And so while I knew nothing about the comic before, just like the previous 2 games, I came to love this comic, and the game does a really good job. If you do like it, it's going to have some good thematic connection. But even if you know nothing about it, it's a really, really smart cooperative game where you are using logical rules to try to kind of complete, You said recipe fulfillment when you described it, and I bristled against that, but it's kind of true.
It's kind of like, you're on the clock to get like one rock and 2 sticks and moss or whatever. Yeah, you're kind of that's what you're doing, right? A little bit.
But there's an overarching thing too.
Yeah.
So you're having to do these like individual little things, but they're all for a greater purpose.
Right.
And so there's different kind of modules, there's different things that you're having to do. And this one is also one that's going to be ripe for expansions because you just add a new map in there. They've been releasing them for free, actually. They've done several of them.
I should print some out.
Yeah. So a really, really good logic deduction cooperative game, Core of Discovery.
I have a minor 2026 prediction.
Oh.
That their next game will also be in Mike's top 10 of the year.
Yeah, right.
They've
Well, we know
announced
what it
and
is.
we already...
Actually,
It's Grendel.
Yeah, that's it. That
it
comic
has a
book.
good chance of making mine. It looks,
looks
so
great.
exciting.
It looks
Mike and I
fantastic.
actually got a little look at that at Gen Con, was it?
Yeah.
And it looks very good.
It looks really
It looks
good.
very good.
I just this company makes me so happy with just their
I love what they're doing.
yes.
It's cool to have a plan and stick to that plan
Yeah.
and put it into effect and deliver.
And
It's
man,
like they remind me of restoration games. There's not that many companies that are like,
No.
this is what we're going to do.
Right.
And then a year and a half later, they're like, well, we want to reprint that too. It's like, that's not part of your plan.
yeah.
So anyway.
I'm with you.
My number 6 is a game I played. I was going to say with Tom. I did not play with Tom. I reviewed it with Tom. And it came out of absolutely nowhere for me.
You're
It was-
saying that a lot this year, by the way.
Yeah, it's true, because
yeah.
it was kind of that year. It was sitting around. I finally got around to playing it, and it just blew my mind. It is a solo-only game called Storyfold Wildwoods.
Wow.
Storyfold Wildwoods here is from a company, Open Owl, I believe is their name,
Yes.
whose last game I was not a super fan of. I thought it was a little clunky. I thought it was a little meandering. This one is nothing like that. This is razor sharp in its delivery, in its storytelling, in its drive and forward momentum. I love the production here, where you have this, this idea of the storyfold, where you open this book, flop open a couple of side pages, and you are ready to go and start playing. It is a dice-driven system with some cards that are it's like a river feel, where you're triggering a card. You're trying to get successes on the dice, but then once you trigger that card and do the thing it does, it goes all the way to the back of the river, and now it's really hard to make that thing happen until it makes its way back to the front. They're going to mess with that system by introducing baddies and monsters and these like creatures of the forest that mess with you. Love that. Feels great. The whole thing has a Ori and the Will of the Wisps kind of vibe and look. It's just so different, so unique, and yet when I say all those things about a board game, I am expecting it to be a little clunky, a little indie feeling. This does not feel unfinished at all. It's so polished. It's so well made. I applaud it for that. So yeah, Storyfold Wildwoods is really great.
Haven't played this one. Is this essentially like a game, like a campaign game? Will you play through it once?
Yes, you can come back and you won't have the surprises of something you haven't seen before, but you can replay this. Yeah.
I think you could replay it, but yeah, you're right. And there's some different. You might not go to some pages based on decisions or things that have happened.
And you won't draw the exact same cards in the same
Right.
order, so there is that, but
About how long does it take to play through the whole book?
6 hours, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you
Okay.
think? 8, 6?
Depends if you lose or not. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, my number 6. This did not come out of nowhere because for the first time in a long time, this publisher announced the game a year ahead of time. Usually he announces a game and says you can buy it next week.
Oh, okay.
This is from Stonemeyer Games, and this is Vantage.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
Vantage
curious.
was the first time he announced the game a long time. This is a very divisive game,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
I was curious if this was going to end up on anybody's list this year. I figured it would. I'm curious if, again, it's the kind of game that ends up on the people's list. But, man, it was divisive.
Very
I
divisive.
haven't played it yet
A
myself.
guy in our game group, Jake, he loves the game. And so a couple weeks ago, he played it here. He brought it and taught it to a table. Very excited, very taught it, and they all hated it. And,
Yeah.
that's just how it works, right?
Yeah.
But I like it. Do I think it could be better? Yes. Man, if they just punched that story up some more, it would be a 10 out of 10,
I see
and it
what
would
you
be in
mean.
my top 20 games of all time, easy.
There's
You
so
know,
much in there,
the
though,
story,
man.
but there is, and I love that feeling. I wish more board games just let me explore and just do stuff.
Okay.
I actually understand the complaints against the game. I do.
Yeah.
That it is meandering, and you might never get to your goal, maybe
Sure.
so. And I just don't care because that's how I play video games, and
Sure.
I'm okay with this in that same way. As long as I'm finding new stuff and getting new stuff, I'm happy. So going in and knowing that, I just get a kick out of this. I like finding stuff.
Yeah.
And this game, I'll never find everything in it. There's so much. So
Yep.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
Vantage.
Cool. The Peoples.
The
What do the
people
people
is a
think?
crossover with me. This is Tag Team.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has been super hot this year.
Really important.
These guys just know how to find a game that hits people. You know that party game where you're rolling the dice?
Don't panic or
Don't-
something like that.
What's that called?
LCR.
No, you roll the dice
Yeah.
and you have to spell out the words. That
Story
two
cubes.
people are asking you questions at the same time.
Stay cool.
Don't panic. Stay cool. Yeah,
They
yeah.
sold like several 100,000 copies of that. They just know how to pick games and sell a ton of them
Yeah.
in an industry where that's really hard to do these days. And so this was not a surprise to me. Also, the art is phenomenal,
Yeah.
and I'm just excited to see where this goes.
I agree. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think Z may have bailed me out on this one a little bit because I was a little concerned with my number 5 because it is a re-implementation of an older game.
Don't worry, I got you.
However, I think that significant changes have been made to them. So that's why I was kind of drilling you for how much DNA is shared,
okay.
all that kind of
Hey,
stuff.
I
Don't
just
worry.
wanna say I
Don't
was
worry
nice
about that.
because-
My list. If you wanna punch down, get ready.
right.
Save it.
Well, I mean, I think we can all agree this was a year for reprints and redone.
It was a
Yes.
year for that kind of thing.
Yes.
If the best ones of the year are that kind of game, I'm putting them
Nope.
on my list.
I'm on a separate list. Check it out.
So this was part of it was a crowdfunding campaign, this game, and it was part of 3 games that were all released at the same time.
From Knizia.
From Knizia Space
There it
Theme
is.
Games.
I can just guess.
Space
I can just
themed
guess.
games.
Throw a dart.
And I think for most people, this was their least favorite of the 3, but it's my favorite of the 3, and this is Ego.
Not for Chris.
Yeah, I adore this game. Ego is a game that was based off of Beowulf, the movie. So, look, no one saw the movie.
No, it wasn't the Beowulf the movie.
It was
The Beowulf the movie board game
that was
is
based on
Kingdoms.
Kingdoms, yeah, but this
Get your
was
Knizia right.
this was Beowulf something, right?
Yeah.
It's just Beowulf, the board game.
Look, no one cared about Beowulf. No one read the book. No one saw the movie. Nobody cares. All right?
Back 1,000 years ago.
That's right. So, hey, let's go into space. This is a game that is primarily a push your luck auction game. 2 things I love by a designer that I think does both of them very well. I think auction games, he's the best auction game designer out there, and he's way up there with push your luck too. And the idea on this is that you are going across, these boards, and you're going to be doing some risk mitigation, risk management. You're going to be auctioning the cards that you're gaining to be able to do different actions at different strengths to ultimately get points. And I like that the fact that only the starting and ending boards are fixed. The boards in the middle are variable. They can be in just the order they come out can make a huge difference.
Sure.
Which boards come out can make a big difference. And it's so snappy. It's so quick. I love games where the flow of the game is like visually right there in front of you. It's like, I'm going here and we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. Then we're doing this, this. And you can see it from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. You know exactly what's happening in what order, and therefore you can plan for it. So you can plan for it in a game where things can just blow up.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm not saying it's a highly strategic game by any means. It's very tactical, but I love it. Ego.
Yeah, it's there.
You're so wrong.
All right, my number 5 is another 2-player only game. This is Duel for Cardia.
I knew this would be
One
on
of the
your list.
worst titles of the year. One of the best card games of the year. This is almost a micro game.
Yeah, you're right. It really is.
This is, you can play, it comes with a little more than this, but it's really 16 cards for one player, 16 cards for the other player. Now, the game gives you that twice because there's 2 decks in there with different abilities. But both players are going to have an identical deck of cards. You play a card simultaneously and face down. You reveal them. The high card gets one of these rings that you're seeing there. And you get 5 of those bad boys, you win the game. But the low player gets to trigger the ability on the card, and that's where things get fun. Because those abilities are very well put together, really interesting. They can manipulate the upcoming head-to-head combat. They can go back in the timeline and mess with something that already happened. They could let that player pick up a card that happened earlier and put it back in their hand. Replay it for that ability or to win a fight. You can have an instant win the game moment. If you manipulate a couple of things just right,
Yeah, I love
there's
stuff
some
like that.
cards in this game, a couple of them, that can make this happen. And you better be on your toes and not let your opponent pull this off on you. This one is brilliantly put together. It's a really good exercise in minimalism. It's so engaging with, again, very few moving parts. Really like this. If you like that kind of card game, simultaneous, head-to-head fighting kind of games, you want something quick and punchy, Duel for Cardia was really, really good for that this year. So that's my number 5.
My number 5 is a game that I'm surprised is not on more, just not that well known comparatively. Even they had a second Kickstarter this year, and it didn't do amazing. Every Eurogamer I've taught this to has loved it, and some in our game group more than others for sure. And that's Cretaceous Rails.
Oh boy, yeah, you have been championing this game.
But it's not just. This is a game that I have almost 100% success rate teaching. Every time I teach this, people go, "That was really good." Part of it, I think, is the look is not amazing.
They're expecting to not like it, I think.
I think it looks terrible.
Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it out there. I think it looks terrible.
I do like those plastic dinosaurs, but yeah, they could have been meeples too. But the game is about building train routes through here so that you can take people so that they can see the dinosaurs that they're interested in seeing back in time, and then collecting those dinosaurs and bringing them back with you. And
is it a time travel theme?
yeah, I think so.
Got it.
You're like taking these trains in the past and going through.
Okay.
But it's a mix of building train routes, but also the main function of the game, which you can see in the bottom right there, where you put a worker between 2 tiles, and those are the 2 actions you get. I love that. That's just one of the best straight-up mechanisms for a game like this. And because you don't know the combo every time you put those 16 tiles out.
It's just fun. One worker placement gets you 2 things. It's just a fun.
That's a cool mechanic.
Based on geometry. That's just fun.
Yeah, and then you're loading your train in front of you with dinosaurs. You're trying to collect dinosaurs of a certain color, but you also want people to see them before you pull them off the board. There's just a lot of cool things in this one. I think it's pretty fantastic.
I just wonder if they could partner with another more established publisher maybe and come out with a second edition that just changes the look.
Well, it reprinted, or rather, they crowdfunded just recently, or it's happening now. So that wouldn't be happening for a while, if at all.
I don't have a problem with the publisher. I just think the publisher needs to get better with their next game in that regard.
Okay.
The People's Choice number 5 is another large game. Several large games on the People's Choice this year, and this one is Luthier. Wow. Distilled was very popular.
Yes.
And Luthier, this is one of those games that promised something and then delivered it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to get this big box with all this cool stuff added to it. It's a big Euro game with a very strong theme. I like it, not as much as the people do, but I think it's a pretty fantastic. Everything in it, it's unique. The action selection stuff is cool. You've not played this.
I have played it.
You have played it.
Yeah, no, I like it. It didn't get close to my top 10, but I probably also needed to play it more for it even to be in contention for that.
I do like that. Like you said, Tom, it promises something on the cover and it delivers that thing.
Yeah.
If you know what to expect, that's what you're going to get. It's nice and crunchy and it's beautiful.
I'm just really glad that we live in an era where years ago, I remember my joke was always trading in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And that's really a thing of the past now.
it
We're
really
seeing
is.
Euro games come out that are this, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You're number 5.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear us? Comments are saying that there's no sound.
Hello?
If you refresh,
Audio is fine
it will
for
fix.
Jordan.
If you refresh, you click, you go click, click, click,
We're
click,
good?
click, click, then you're good.
I just want to.
There was a hiccup. It's
All right,
fixed.
all
All
right,
right.
all right,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Number
My
4.
number 1.
Number 1 is.
My number 4 is my...
By the way, if your audio's messed up, just refresh where you're at.
Yes. My number 4 is my one and only trick-taking game.
How about that?
On my
I
top
would
10
not have,
list.
last year I'd have predicted Mike had 4 of them on his
Yeah.
list.
But would you predict it from Reiner Knizia?
It is not from Reiner Knizia.
I know what it is.
You do?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think
Is it superhero themed?
It is superhero themed. Yeah, this game really, really surprised me. This is origin story. Why did it surprise me? It surprised me because when I heard what it was doing, when I kind of heard the pitch on the game, I thought, okay, this is really not going to be a trick-taking game. It's going to be one of those things that they call themselves one, but it's doing all of these other things, so it's not going to really feel like a trick-taking game. This is a game where they are doing a lot of different things, but it still feels like a trick-taking game.
Yes.
It's a trick-taking game where you have all of these powers, but not every power is active at all times. I think that's very clever. The fact that you are spending resources, essentially, that you can potentially mess with, but you're usually going to be getting one a round. You can trigger different powers. And I just love the fact that basically every round, right, and there's 5 rounds in the game, people are saying, here's what I can do now. Here's what I can do now. And so you have to reevaluate every round, but it's still essentially a trick-taking game. It's so smart. I think thematically it actually works, right? This idea of you're getting equipment, you're getting, allies to help you. You're even...
I mean, trick-taking after that makes no sense.
Sure, of course.
But the theme that you have abilities and sort of they blossom or don't, yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and I get that the look of the game might throw people off. I mean, I can't be hypocritical because the look of Cretaceous Rails throws me off of that one.
Do you like this look?
I don't love it.
I don't like the look.
I don't love it.
But I agree that it is one of the... I think this might be one of the best, if not the best, rules change from round to round trick-taking games.
No, it's really, really
Like,
good.
Special. I do a thing you don't do. This might be one of the best at doing that.
It can be chaotic, but I don't think it ever devolves into chaos.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I just think that this was a really clever design that does some different things, but still feels like a trick taker. So, man, Origin Story knocked me out. I was very surprised.
Yeah. All right, my number 4 is a sequel, a spin-off, a game in the universe of Everdell. This is Everdell Silverfrost. Everdell Silverfrost is the one that Tom doesn't like.
No, it's not that. It's just... This is just Everdell again, man.
It's not at all.
It's Everdell with snow.
It's Everdell with snow, at least. And it has abilities and actions and places that don't exist in Everdell. There's no more of that whole... you have to have the watchtower to be able to play the Hunchback or whatever. There's no more of that. They've really eased up on those rules, which I think are they're just too punishing in Everdell. The specificity of how you link from one card to another card, and you might never see that card or ever have a chance to draw it or play it, is punishing.
Yeah.
This one, a couple of times in the game, you can just play a card from another card. You can just be like, I don't have the resources, but I have this chimney, and bam, I can play this card and get it into play. Yes, it is more punishing than any of the other Everdells. It is tighter. It is colder in a way.
Colder.
No, I agree. That's good terminology. You're right.
Yeah. But I did enjoy it. It would not be the Everdell I pull out every time, but if I'm playing with the more of a sort of Euro gamer you are, the more I think you might like this one, I think.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
No.
This might just be my perception.
Yeah.
I have a perception that you liked Everdell when it came out.
Yeah.
But you weren't a huge fan of Everdell, if I remember right. It seems like the more of these that have come out...
Everdell itself?
Yes.
Or Everdell, the family of games?
Because
Everdell, for me, was definitely a bell curve. It was like, I liked it. Oh, I really like it. Oh, I'm seeing the flaws. there's other Everdell games that are doing things that
Yeah.
Everdell didn't do,
Right.
and they're clearly like better designs because
Yeah.
they're taking cues from the original thing and
Okay.
going, well, that wasn't great.
That must be it, because I feel, like I said, it feels like you never really talked about Everdell that much, but now recently you've really gotten into this kind of like iterations of a system type of a thing.
I think the spin-offs
That's
are...
the name of my band, by the way. You were wondering the name
Iterations
of
of
my
a
band. Iterations of a System. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I think all
I
of
can't
the...
pronounce it. I'm not.
I think all of the spin-offs, except for the children's game,
Yeah.
which isn't really for kids, but are better than Everdell.
Okay.
I think Everdell Silverfrost is better. I think Everdell Duo is better, and I think the
Spire Crest.
no, that's an expansion. The water one,
the
whatever.
Far Shore.
Far Shore. Thank you. Yes, I think they're all better.
Okay.
My number 4 is a direct crossover with Mr. Mike DiLisio.
Yeah.
Also, I like this except for the art origin story.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Was that the same number, right?
That's why I said direct
Direct crossover.
Direct crossover,
Okay.
man.
I love it.
Yeah, I like trick-taking games a lot. I think a lot of them try to be too clever. And this one is trying to be too clever. The theme helps a lot. It's very similar in many ways to one of my favorite trick-taking games, if not my favorite one, Rebel Princess. I just like trying to figure out your superpower versus my superpower versus Zee's superpower. I'm trying to figure out how all that's going to work in each trick, and I find it to be really fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you get extra, that suit, you get +1 to the cards of that suit. So I got to be careful how I play that suit. But also, I get some extra cards that you don't get. And I don't know, there's some neat stuff in this regard, and I think it's a lot of fun. So that's my number 4.
I have a little, I think maybe I did tell you, maybe I didn't tell you this. So I played this first, and I had played it a few times, Origin Story. And
Like before anyone?
before anyone at the studio did.
Oh.
In the world.
Before Jamie did. And and Tom was curious about it, and he asked my thoughts on it. Now, I could not have underplayed my opinions
He
more.
really does. He's like,
It was almost like I was being interrogated, and I was afraid that whatever would be said would be used against me in a court of law. I was just like, I don't know what you. I said, I don't know. I'll be interested to hear what you think. I have no idea what you'll think about it, because I was just like, I really liked it, and I knew that you were going to be like really strong one way or the other. So I just like
And
way.
if you told you liked it,
underplayed
you were going to be like, I hate Mike.
That's correct.
I will disagree.
I mean,
That's
that
correct.
naturally happens to me, but I just the artwork in the game I'm very so on.
Yeah,
the
me
artwork
too.
of the cover I despise, and I really feel like a lot of people are going to see that and pass right on.
It's
by.
not a good cover. Just
You
straight
can
up.
barely read the title.
That's also not great.
That's
yeah.
unfortunate.
It's
Yeah.
just not a great cover.
Yeah.
All right, the People's Choice number 4 is another Stonemaier game, but one that's not been mentioned yet. And I didn't put it on my list because I consider it almost a reprint or a sequel.
Sure.
This is Finspan.
Third.
Oh, Finspan. Yeah.
Now, Finspan, which has a gorgeous cover, so you know this company can make them.
Yeah.
Finspan is, Wingspan with fish. Now, it's not just Wingspan with fish. There's a lot more changes. And if you thought, I think it's the easiest of the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the quickest of the series.
It's the quickest. If it's one of those games when I played, I'm like, rolling dice and getting resources in Wingspan, they got rid of that. Yay! I didn't realize I didn't like it as much as not having it. But I also like fish better than birds too, so that helps. This game lets you do more. You can fill your board if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
This is my favorite of the 3, I believe.
I agree. I think it's Finspan. I used to say Wormspan, but I think Wingspan has wormed its way back up there.
I see what you did
that's
there.
called
Also, raw
word
fish
play.
gives you worms. Yep. It does.
Not if it's in sushi.
I don't know.
Disgusting.
Depends where you get your sushi.
You don't eat fish, though. You don't have no opinion on this.
I only eat sushi from gas stations. All right, so my number 3 is one of the games that I like more probably than anybody. I'm sure not.
You
probably.
played it first.
I don't know if I played it first. I probably did.
Wait, I mean,
Here we go.
Because in Sunday school, if you ask a question, the kid will always raise their hand and be like, Jesus, And this, whenever Mike's like, what? And we're like,
Knizia.
This is not a Knizia. How about this?
Okay, how about a Japanese game?
How about this?
Is it a Japanese game?
It is not a Japanese game, and it's not a Knizia game. There are no more Knizia games on my list. All right.
I'm coming home.
Yep. So my number 3 is a game that is primarily card-driven, although it does have a central board where you are going to be doing some tile placement, but it's mostly about playing cards onto your board, and these cards are going to be moving, and as they move, they might be triggering things, and as they fall off your board, they might be triggering things. This is Emberleaf. I really feel like I don't get why this hasn't had more buzz. And maybe it's just because maybe I like it more than everybody else. I don't know. But I think this is a really, really solid game that gives you some really clever card play. So the one thing I don't like about it, quite honestly, is the marketing behind it, because they're calling it card dancing. I don't love that as a way to describe it, because there's no dancing. But what I think it's trying to
just mean they're sliding out.
Well, yeah, they're sliding and falling off, and there are ways you can kind of manipulate it, and it really is smart because there's timing elements. Because unlike a game like what was the game?
Ancient Knowledge.
Unlike Ancient, well, no, I guess in Ancient Knowledge you can kind of choose where it goes on your board too. It does that where you've got spots on your board and you can choose where it goes. But that decision can be very impactful, can be very important. Just a really, really solid game, and it has the scoring that people that will be familiar with that have played other games by the designer, at least co-designer here, Frank West, where you've got kind of different conditions, and if you fulfill those conditions, you get this number of points.
I think that's where this game actually is going to not hit for a lot of people, and that includes me, is that those conditions are very difficult.
It can be.
Unlike a lot of these, like Isle of Cats, I can be like, oh, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. This one, it's harder to pull them off, much harder.
It can be. It can be. I mean, it depends. It depends on when you choose the card. If you choose cards that give you early in the game, that give you a lot of time to complete it, then it's not as hard. But yeah, no, I just think this is a really solid game, and it feels unique. It does not feel like a cookie cutter card game with a board, that shared board
this is one I've not played. I'm curious to play it, especially because you're saying it does not feel like a cookie cutter game.
No, I'd be curious what you think of it. Just like Tom with this, I think you'll have a strong opinion one way or the other. I just don't know what it will be. Yeah,
that cover hasn't inspired me to try it. I don't
think it's a bad cover. It looks like a lot of other covers right now.
Yeah. I didn't like the cat game.
This is nothing like Isle of Cats, other than the scoring cards.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing like that at all.
It's one I gotta try. Unfortunately, it passed me by this year.
All right.
My number 3 is also a card game. A card game that is very similar to a game that I cannot think of right now. So I don't know why I'm going down this rabbit hole. It is Etherstone. Resurrecana. It's like Resurrecana.
Oh, I'm out.
Done. Oh, you don't like Resurrecana?
No, really.
I think it's mid. I don't
think you would like this game then, because
this is very similar to Resurrecana. You are working with a small deck of cards. You maybe have 8 cards or something. The way in which those cards are going to interact is very interesting. And this then goes and does a couple of things that Resurrecana doesn't do that I think add to the experience. You are going to be drafting a die. A bunch of the time you draft a die, that die is going to give you resources. The number on the die, like if I take that red 6, the number doesn't actually matter. I still get 2 red resources or whatever. But a 6 might matter. Some of my cards might trigger on me getting a 6 or a red, and then the number doesn't matter. And there's all these neat combinations of things you can do. And then on top of that, instead of fighting each other like you might do in Resurrecana, there is a display of baddies up there, and you can attack them. Get victory points for doing that, special abilities for doing that. It goes away. You flip over a new baddie. I really like that. I like that the focus is on building your tableau, your special abilities, what have you, but then not tearing each other down or hindering each other in any way. It's choosing to do this thing in front of you really well or attacking over there really well. It has a great, strange kind of look. It has these sort of weird tall cards. It feels different this year for me. It's the closest thing is Resurrecana, but Resurrecana really wasn't like anything else. So it's its own vibe. It's its own thing. really was a banger this year for me. So Ether Stone, number 3.
Is this Thundergriff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've
It's
had
been a
so
while.
many misses for
I was
me.
gonna say it's been a while since they've had a game that I think has hit with any of us here.
I agree.
Yeah.
This one's good.
I would try this one, even though you're comparing it so much to Res Arcana, which I didn't dislike. I just thought it was mid. But this looks great. Like, I really like the look. The visual appeal of this is high for me.
All right, big 3 here. My number 3, I had a hard time putting these in order, but 3 is a game that when I first got it, I thought it was a ripoff of another game, that game being Gloomhaven. But this game stands on its own, and I think I like it better than Gloomhaven.
Whoa!
And this is
Rove.
Rove. Rove is a game like, well, if you saw this, you would think this is an expansion for...
No, I would think it's a terrible cover is what I would think.
Okay, well,
Whoa.
I'm not going to argue that. What I am going to argue, though,
Oh, I
is
like
how
those
much fun
slidey
the
cards.
combat is.
The sliding
Right.
cards is cool, yeah.
I
You
like
have-
that.
So you have 4 basic actions that are very specific to your character, and you can slide 2 of them every turn. You pick which 2 you're going to slide. Those are your 2 actions you get. And then you can also play one of your 7 cards, and then when you're done playing that card, you flip it over to the other side.
The cards scare me, but I like the
Okay,
tiles.
okay,
the tile
okay.
sliding.
And at the beginning of the game, you choose what side those cards start face up. So I really like that each mission. And then as the game goes by, you'll get better cards. You'll get better actions. Those 2 slots in the bottom will open up. But that's it. The enemies also work really well. You roll a die, and that die moves a token, and whatever the token stops, that's the action they'll take. So you see where it might happen.
Is this a huge campaign game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, it's not for everybody.
No, I
but
wasn't asking that.
Shut up,
pointedly.
Mike.
I was like, look, I know it's not for me, but I do like some of the things I'm seeing.
I think the combat in this game is just so much fun. It's fun because some of the actions on those cards cost dice. You'll see there's little rows of dice at the top of a card. Like this card I'm showing here has 2 dice on it. And so I need to get those dice. So other cards give you dice that are not as good of action. So I take some of those, and then I'm like, and now I'm just going to waste everything on the board. You feel good. You feel powerful. The enemies are powerful. I'm not saying it's an easy game by any means. People have said it's easier in Gloomhaven because it is. And the rulebook's like, here's how you can make it harder. And I ripped that part out of the rulebook and threw it away. I like the level it's at.
Okay.
It's just a lot of fun for me. That's Rove.
Nice. Okay.
People. Oh, no, we're going to Z. Let's skip Z and go to the people.
This is the people.
We are. We already did.
That
do
was
Z.
you.
That was me.
Let's go to the people.
Now it's the people.
The People's Choice is the game that got
Coffee.
played the most times at Dice Tower East, and this is Hot Streak.
Oh,
No surprise on this
Oh
one.
my goodness.
Oh, it is a surprise because it was on my surprises list.
This is unstoppable.
It is. This game is a phenomenon.
I think we played it. Was it today or
We played
yesterday?
it live yesterday.
That was like 3 days ago, guys.
It was yesterday.
It's been a
I think it was
blur.
like 2 weeks ago. So,
I heard a lot of
anywho,
shouting coming from the back studio.
Yes.
Was that the first time? No, you had.
No,
keep
I played
asking
it
the same
many
question.
times.
No, he
Yeah.
loves it.
Yeah, Hot Streak, great game. You're number 3.
Good call.
No, so here's the thing. I know one of your top 2 games
Okay.
because you haven't mentioned it yet, and I know it's there.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's 2 or 1, and I don't know what the other one is.
Oh.
Also, you had no more Canetias left, so that narrows down the field by 90%.
No more Canetias left.
And no trick taking, you said.
No more trick taking. You know, a lot
That's
of
the
people.
other 10%,
A lot of people, I
so.
think, thought this game is a trick taking game, but it's not.
Oh, here we go. This is
It's not a trick taking.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not even marketed as one. But I think people that saw it thought, "Oh, this looks like a trick," and it's not. Okay, this is my plea, and this is my plea. I'm doing you a favor, North American publishers. I'm begging you to make money, print money by making distribution deals with this Japanese publisher and bringing Eternal Decks to a wider audience. This game is so good. It's so unique. It is the type of game that is very popular right now. It's a cooperative, limited communication game. Those games are hot. This game does it like any other game I've ever seen. Every player starts the game with a very few number of cards in their hand, and you lose the game if any player runs out of cards. How do you get more cards?
How do you get more cards?
You get them by playing cards in the center area according to a particular type of restriction, either cards ascending, descending, things along those lines. But you can never have two colors of the same color, or two cards of the same color next to each other. You can never have cards with two numbers of the same next to each other. And you get them by playing the last card in one of those rows and picking up one of those decks, which are Guardian decks, which give you new and better cards.
Okay.
And then when you get that Guardian, you flip it and you put it at the top, and it has some kind of a curse. That curse might be, hey, you can't play 4s anymore.
Or I need to play 4s.
Right. Or you can't play cards that are blue anymore. Right? Until you break that curse, which takes that restriction away. It is so smart. And it is very much a puzzle game. But that's just the basics, what you're looking at right there. There's like 8 different ways to play this that have new twists, new turns, but they all kind of use the same card play system.
Okay.
So you're not having to learn a ton of new rules. They just keep throwing new twists and turns at you.
Okay.
It is a really, really unique game that I think could have very wide appeal if it was brought to a wider audience.
A plea.
Money for you.
North American
Yes.
distributors, a plea to you.
I would not
when
be
you
surprised.
publish this game in America, please add artwork to the cover.
I think the cover, actually, I thought about this.
I know.
You convinced me to say that. I think the cover is fine. I think this look has a very unique aesthetic.
I'm okay
People
with
are
this
going to
cover.
like it or not like it, whatever. I think it's very,
The game
striking.
looks really good.
Yes.
I'm just not sure about this cover. That's all.
That's okay.
Here's the thing. I don't know that I hate the cover. I don't know that it would make me buy the game. I'd come
Maybe
by and be
not.
like, oh, is this a tea set?
No, but it fits because the game is. This is not going to be a game that necessarily is you're going to find at a Target or something, right?
Sure.
I don't want.
sure.
Here's my plea for those of
Yeah.
you watching. Please stop yelling at us for Mike's picks that you then can't find.
Right. Look.
We're just telling you right now. This is out of print. Someone in the chat said, I think it was Jordan said that Portland Game Collective is picking this up.
They are, yes.
Then just hang on, and
they
then
are.
I'll pick it for one of my top 10 in 2026.
Right. They're going to be. I think they're going to be doing some for the North American audience. I don't think that they're like doing a big print run with them or anything.
Okay,
So
but it's the same exact game. They're just
Same
bringing
game.
some. I mean, I'm sorry, they're not reprinting.
no, I think they're taking some of the reprint that the Japanese publisher is doing and just distributing.
Bringing them
Yes.
over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a stamp set from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what that cover looks like.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. And I could be wrong about that relationship between Portland Game. Who knows? I'm not sure. But
Jordan said it.
that's
We're
where I
blaming
got
him.
it from. I got my copy from Portland Game.
Oh, you
Alright.
did. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it was a while ago. So, yeah, fantastic
Gotta
game.
play. I heard somebody put it on their surprises yesterday.
Chris.
Put it on his
Chris
surprises.
brought it for us to play next week.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
And yeah, I wanna try it out for sure. So that'll happen.
All right.
Okay, my number 2 is hang on to your hat, Vasel. It's a second edition of something, but it is a very different. I said, hang on to the hat. It's a very
It's actually
different.
getting very
Well, yeah, you're getting
scratchy.
itchy and warm under there. You're turning redder somehow. This is Parks second edition, and I think Parks second edition is a very different game from Parks. It's a very different game from Parks with expansions, though it includes some aspects of what expansions did. There you go. Yeah. Jeez, that was quite the throw. Nice catch, though. Parks compared to Parks second edition, it follows the trend that this company Keymaster has been following for a while now, where they'll put out a game, and after a few years they streamline that game and they kind of put it out again, and then after a few years they sort of hack away even more things
they did that
and
with that-
simplify it even
That
more.
Creatures game they did, right?
They've done it 3
Yeah.
times with
Yeah.
that game.
Yep.
They've done it twice now with this.
Do you feel like you're in the minority on this one, though? I noticed in
Maybe.
your reviewing and stuff, a lot of people said they liked the first edition better.
Yeah.
The first one, maybe, yeah.
I think a lot of people are pushing against the art.
That could be.
Yeah.
That
But
could
they
be.
lost the rights to the art.
I know.
You can't
Yeah.
yell at someone for using art they can't use anymore.
That could be that people don't like the look of this one.
Yeah.
I think the look is fantastic, and
I like it,
It is
the look of
very
it.
congruent. It all looks like it fits the same game. If
All
you
right,
played
use
Parks,
real words. Congruent.
if you played Parks with a couple of the expansions mixed in, you start to get funky looks mixed together.
Yeah.
I didn't love that. But yeah, this one is just simpler without losing any interest. You're
Parks was
playing three-
already super simple, though, right?
Till you play this game and then you realize, yeah, that was kind of annoying and clunky.
Oh.
Like, why 4 seasons when 3 works? This is only 3. Why does the track get longer each season by 1 tile when the same length every time without having to shuffle the tiles and set them out again works? This does that. Why is the canteen such a garbage action where you're giving up 1 token, a water token, to sometimes get 1 token? That kind of sucks. Here, a canteen is made up of 2 tiles next to each other, and a single water triggers both abilities, and you get to pick where they go on your display. So you can couple any 2 things together.
Yeah, you
And then
convinced me
boom.
with the buffed canteen. Now you got me.
I really like what this does, and all of those things are simpler than the original one. So I really like Parks Second Edition. Yes, again, if you love Parks, you don't care for a second edition, play Parks. It's a great game. But if you never have played, I don't think they're doing you a disservice here, in my opinion, by not making that available and making you play this worse edition. This is cleaner, simpler, and you will be able to play with more people.
Wow. Big announcement. I'm changing my band name to Buffed Canteen. Mark it down.
Okay, this is like the covers of the canteen with a 6-pack.
All right. My number 2, I certainly considered putting at number 1 because this is my most played game in 2025 by a mile. And I love playing it. I play it all the time. And
Wow.
this is...
Crossover with people, right?
Yeah, Crossroad the People, Hot Streak.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just love
Of
this game.
course.
So the question is, do I love it better than Ready, Set, Bet?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
you
definitely,
do.
In 2025, I definitely have.
Yes.
I played this more than Ready, Set, Bet. I don't know. I'm going to sit and think about it. I'll probably play Ready, Set, Bet just to see. I like them both a lot, but this one I think is easier for people to play because it doesn't need anyone to run it. There's no math involved. You're just watching these things do stupid stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is much sillier than Ready, Set, Bet. And I think that's...
Yes, because
I
Ready,
think
Set, Bet is exciting, but not necessarily
it's not
silly.
silly. Yeah, this is silly, and that's why I would choose this over Ready, Set, Bet in a heartbeat.
And this has the simplicity
Yeah.
that Ready, Set, Bet doesn't have. Ready, Set, Bet plays this energy, frenetic, da-da-da. But before you get to that, you got to go, okay, let me explain everything
Every
you need to know
rule,
about this
yeah.
game. Because once we start, you can't interrupt me. You can't be asking stuff.
Right.
This is faster, bang to bullet kind of game.
Yeah. Also, if you're running this game, quote unquote, you're still playing the game.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a lot of fun. So my number 2, Hot Streak. People's Choice number 2 is another crossover with me and maybe just me, but we'll see. This is, yes, it's divisive, but very, very popular, and that's Vantage.
Wow.
Vantage.
Okay, I was
Stonemaier
curious.
still has
I was curious.
the magic touch. Now, I will say there was a huge gap between 2 and 1.
Okay.
Okay.
The votes. But this, I mean, there was also a big gap between 2 and 3 and so
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
But this game, I'm not surprised when he announced it. When he announces a game that's coming out in 3 weeks, he sells a ton.
Yep.
If he announces it a year ahead of time, he's going to do even more so. And even though a lot of people don't love it, I think so many people play his games anyway that the amount of people who love it are still going to be high.
Right.
Even just percentage-wise. So, yeah, Vantage, very, very popular. I'm sorry I cut that Vantage stuff so short. We'll talk about it at some way, a point later on. Mike, what's your number 1?
It's not often I get a 3-way crossover for my number 1 because a lot of times I get accused of picking weird games. But yeah, my number 1 is Vantage. And I'm going to
So
say...
you expected this? I did not realize you
I didn't
loved
expect it to be
Vantage.
his number 1.
Yeah.
But I knew he liked it a lot.
Yeah.
You guys did the review together,
I believe
right?
I reviewed it at a 9.5.
Okay.
It may have been a 9, but it would be, yeah, at least that, if not higher now. Vantage, talking about Vantage is like talking about politics. Don't bother. You're not going to convince the other side.
Okay.
But I don't even know if I want to.
That's
No,
what I'm
that's
saying.
great. All right,
there's
so
no
my number
point.
1 then, you're not talking about, oh, you are talking about that.
I'm saying there's no point in, no one should be trying to convince,
I
I
get
already
that.
see in the comments people putting a game with putting game in quotes. Look, you're never going to like the game. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't discount the people that do because what it does so well. You want to talk about really being dropped into a world and you could do anything you want, right? That's appealing to me. It's not going to be appealing to a lot of people.
Sure.
I 100% understand why people are bothered at the fact that what do you have to do to win? It's not as
You don't
clear.
know,
It's
right.
not one of those games where it's like you play 5 rounds, you do this, and this is what most points wins, right? This is not that game.
Sure.
It's never going to be. It's not trying to be that game, right? So I don't argue with people that don't like it. I'm like, okay, yeah, this one isn't for you. I get it. But I'd like it to work the other way, too.
I agree. Right. That's what it is. You got to have the grace to also be like, I don't like that, or I don't think
Yes.
it's a game even.
Right. Yeah.
But Mike loves it, and it's his
so
game of the
many
year.
other people do, too. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it would be
right.
nice if it
Absolutely.
worked
It
both
was on
ways.
my list. I like
And
it
it's
a
on
lot.
Yeah,
people's
no.
number 2.
Yeah. So
Also, I
there
think you
go.
might be in the minority, actually, if you don't like it, you know?
Yeah, and I would say if you see videos and you hear people talk about it, and if you don't think you're going to like it, you're probably not.
That's good, and that's important to know, you know?
And vice versa. So there you go, my number one, and a very impressive achievement, I think, that this game, you could tell years of work went into it.
Wow.
There you go.
All right. My number 1. You ready?
Ready.
It's another follow-up to a thing about
Oh,
a thing.
wow, what
These were the
is-
best games of the year. I don't care. Okay? Here's what I want. I want some grace. From
He's giving a plea.
plea to North American
right.
publishers.
Yes.
No, my number 1 is a game I gave a 10 to.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Unmatched Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja
I
Turtles.
just. So some people are like, why is this not on people's list? I'm like, we're not putting it on our list because it's a repeat of a game.
Yeah.
Thanks for making me a liar.
That's
Zee.
right.
You know, you shouldn't have said that without consulting the rest of us. Unmatched Adventures is my favorite game this year. It is a game, a box you can buy and play from that box without needing anything else. That's called a standalone game, people. Yes, it's based or similar to the previous Unmatched Adventures and similar to Unmatched, and it's compatible with Unmatched, but it's its own thing. I can play it just from this, and it is fantastic. Yes, liking the theme is gonna help a ton. Hopefully you'll like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles if you're gonna play this. But I love what they've done with the system here. The fact that you can play against these bad guys. The fact that there is extra content you can choose to put in, like little people that help you, or little villains like mini villains that show up and mess with you as you are playing. You are jumping around New York here, fighting some bad guys, or on the other side of the board against Krang, trying to do his whole, pushing your world into his Dimension X or whatever. It's just fun. It packs that energy that old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has, where it's sort of vibrant and kind of silly and sort of has that cowabunga energy to it. That comes through. Like, you can feel that they cared about having the personalities come through in the card play, and I find that fascinating. So, yeah, that's my number 1 of the year. I'm loving it. I think it's fantastic. Shut up.
I'm not asking it as a gotcha question because I haven't played this one yet, but like, does it play significantly different to the other adventures?
Gotcha.
No. There's only one other Unmatched Adventures, right? It's
Yes.
the Mothman and the whole,
Yes, yes.
thing. Does this do different stuff than that one does, other than obviously different IP, different map?
I guess the question is, like, does one Unmatched do different stuff to another one?
Kind of the same question, yeah.
Now I'm asking you because you've played those.
Gotcha.
I have. No, I'm just saying, I guess, but I'm afraid to answer it because I don't think they do things all that different. I think it's basically the same system,
Yes.
but they're going to have different powers on the cards.
Yes.
They'll have some little unique thing that's thematically tied to that character.
This has a little more than that because there's more systems.
Okay, that's kind of what I was getting
There's a
at.
couple of systems that
Yeah.
don't exist in the previous one.
That's what I'm getting at. Okay.
It's small.
Yeah.
And it's optional, actually.
Yeah.
But you can throw some things in it that the previous game just didn't have.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I'll definitely try it.
And if
I'm
you
not a-
like...
I
and
like
if you
Unmatched
like
Adventures a lot.
TMNT, then
I do, but I was like a generation before. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I was there when Ninja Rap was super hot. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja,
go. Yeah.
I've always thought lyricists just are so
Master
profound.
lyricist.
It's really
this one
good.
goes dung 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 daga dung dung.
All right. My number 1 is, I think, a masterpiece of a game. It's,
Oh, wow.
It's so amazing.
Make a plea.
No, I don't have to make a plea. You like it or not?
Tell them to shut up.
There's too many. There are too many giant games out there, but sometimes a giant game hits that spot, and for me, this is Iridia.
Oh, wow.
Iridia, what's the full name of it?
The Path We Dare Tread.
This, also gorgeous cover. But this game, which just allows you, it's not, so I talk about Rove, and Rove is basically a Gloomhaven-esque game where you go in and have really awesome combat.
Yeah.
But Iridia is more the whole experience. You're moving around a map. You run into people. You talk to those people. Those people have conversation. You go and kill their brother, come back. They're going to treat you differently.
Oh, wow.
Whatever it might be.
Escalated quick.
Yep.
But or something will happen. You'll come back and someone's gone. It has all these maps. There's a larger map, but then it zooms in. You go to a house, and there's giant ants walking around. Why are they walking around? There's a story behind that.
Right.
And I like it. I think the stories are fun. It's very, very basic fantasy-esque stories, but the freedom to go wherever you want on these maps and fight whatever monsters, and the combat system, which is a little similar to sort of the Red Raven.
It's a little Sleeping Gods with the slashes and the sort of angle. Yeah.
So it's a little bit like that. It levels you up pretty quickly. It keeps you interested. And it's a full-blown story. This is the best I've seen, like a Baldur's Gate or one of those games brought to a board game. I think it's a masterpiece. And I mean, when I talk to people, I called a friend of mine yesterday and was talking about games, and he playing through this, and he was just raving about it. And I think it's the kind of game you can, and it stands out to me amongst, unfortunately, so many other ones that are good, but I think this one is the best in that genre.
Wow.
I'm glad I had a chance to play it because, I think didn't play through much. I played it with you guys, but I can definitely, I got the feel of like of course he has help, right? Just like Jamie has help and whatever.
He does, but it's mostly him.
This is like that this is really the
One
creative
game you're saying?
burst from a person is really impressive. Really impressive.
Yeah.
All right, People's Choice has not been mentioned yet thus far.
Whoa.
But like I said, it won by a mile, and I was surprised at it because of, again, how heavy this game is, and I need to play it next week. Also, this is Galactic Cruise.
Oh, I should have thought of this. Yeah, I should have thought of this. I still need to play this
This
game.
makes me happy, though, because this game is a big, grandiose Euro game that's from a new company.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of that this year, right? A lot of the games we've mentioned are not from... Some of them are from Asmodee and other big companies, but there's a lot of newcomers to the list here. And this one, you wouldn't know it looking at this game that this was their first game.
I want to know what it is about this game that makes it so, like, spectacular as a Euro game. That's why I need to play it.
I'm playing it. I am tired of not having played this game.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
It's long. That's the one
Yeah.
thing that's kept me from playing it. I tried to play it on Board Game Arena, and I got lost in a tutorial. I think it might be easier to learn in person.
Wow. Really?
Well, I'm not blaming the game for that. I just think that this is probably not a game to learn a tutorial from.
It's that complicated.
Board Game Arena.
Yeah, it looks pretty heavy. I mean, I don't know, but it looks pretty heavy. Is it like heavy, like Civolution heavy, or?
Because I didn't ask Chris.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, he hasn't played that. Okay.
It's like the lighter end of Lacerda.
Lighter end of Lacerda.
Lighter End of Lacerda's.
That's the name of my band, by the way. The lighter end of Lacerda was the name of my band in middle school.
It's the upper end of me is the lighter end of Lacerda. So,
The upper end of me was one of the songs. on
Diet
the album.
Lacerda.
Stop staring at the upper end of me.
My eyes are down
Anyway.
here.
Every year we do these top tens, and then at the end of the year we review them again. But we play a lot of games, hundreds of games. There's 100 or so we haven't played.
Yeah.
And you guys have both mentioned, I think this year you're going to see more different games amongst people's lists than you normally would.
I agree.
Yeah.
Which is actually useful. Find your angel and align with them.
Please. Please, find your
Publisher,
angel
find your angels.
and align with them.
All right. Well, this is the end of it feels like the last day, but we have
But it's
another
not.
day. Tomorrow's a shorter day, but it will be fun. We're going to start off in the morning with a couple games for you, a few more top 10 lists, and then we're going to end with the goofs and the mess-ups.
the gaffes, if you
bloopers,
will.
and hula baloo.
Although I'm starting to wonder how many of them are goofs and not planned moments.
Yeah,
silly stuff, maybe. I think it's more like a collection of best moments, silly stuff, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It will
I can't
be
wait.
used in our trials. as video
They will be
evidence.
held
That's
against
right.
us in a court of law.
All right, we'll see you then. Until then, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Zee Garcia.
And I'm jumping all over this guy. What was your name, sir?
My name is Zee Garcia.
I'm Mike DiLisio.
And you're the people. See y'all. Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowd surfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.